Hello there, and a very good Friday afternoon to you. Friday, October the 10th, 2025. That's what it is, 2025. Welcome to the weekend. Yes, you made it, friends. What a week it's been. It's been an action-packed week here in Ireland. What with the budget, the presidential, the sensational withdrawal of Jim Gavin from the budget. And then a big shake-up at from the presidential election, I should say. And a big shake-up here at the National Broadcaster. Lots to talk about on the programme this busy Friday. It is World Mental Health Day. So says our calendar. And remember, it's okay to not be okay. And it's good to talk. So there you go. A lot of stigma surrounding mental health. But that's kind of slowly disappearing a little bit as people talk more and more. Mental health, very, very important indeed. Always take time for yourself, as Mary Ellen and I call it, me time. Set aside a little bit of time throughout the day for you. And a lot of people think they don't have time, but remember, if you take the time, you'll have time for everything else. Everything else will just slot into its rightful place. So there you go. Welcome along, friends. We're live here on Global Irish Radio, The Daily Crack with Sean G. Usually here between 3 to 4, bringing you up to speed on all that's happening in Mother Ireland. And as we alluded to there, a busy week coming to a conclusion. We hope you're well this Friday. We hope you're well. The weather here in this part of the world, as we told you earlier, if you listened throughout the week, high pressure in charge of our weather this week after low pressure was in charge last week. Last week was torrential rain and Storm Amy rounding out the week. This week it's been dry. It's been cloudy, it's been overcast, occasional sunshine, and it looks like that is the story for the weekend as well. Rightio then, as we said, let's get straight down to it. Big changes at the National Broadcaster. A lot of changes that are getting a lot of coverage, a lot of attention everywhere you look this Friday. Hard to believe we had a big budget during the week. Well, the annual budget, and it's like ancient history at this point. Not a whole lot of talk about the budget, let's put it that way. But today, Friday, everybody talking about the big changes. And of course, it started yesterday with the shock announcement that Ray D'Arcy was out. Ray had been presenting his afternoon programme for about 11 years. And one gets the sense that it wasn't amicable. And you recall with Joe Duffy, when he hung up his microphone, there was the big, long goodbye. Not so at Ray D'Arcy. It was out the door right away. And when you see that, you know that, there's a little bit of bad blood or things weren't overly amicable, as we said, and it looks like contract talks between Ray and the station came to an abrupt end, and he was there Wednesday night, he was gone the next day. The nature of the business, it's cutthroat, isn't it? And he came out on social media saying that he's very disappointed with the way RTE handled his departure. Lots of people liked Ray, he'd been with the station for a long time. He started out there on the Den many moons ago, the Blackboard Jungle, and then he went off to a rival station for a while, and then they bought him back. But he's been there in the last 11 years since he came back to RTE, and then his departure yesterday was rather abrupt, caught a lot of people by surprise. Headline in today's Irish Daily Sun, radio silence, in reference to his departure from the station. So the details not too clear, but you get the vibe that it wasn't a friendly parting, if you get the picture. And it's been a tough year, really, hasn't it, for Ray D'Arcy? He lost his mom a few weeks ago, and I was listening to Oliver on the programme today talking about his departure and saying Ray picked a bad time to give up the drink. He must have given up the drink as well, or adopting a healthier lifestyle. It's rather interesting. There was a nice item. Our live line today was all about that. People who choose sobriety. It's a new trend. Hasn't reached Mayo yet, by the way, but there you go. Lots of people talking about it on Live Line today. Righty, also, as I said, RTE they've announced a big shake-up to the RTE1 weekday schedule. And the former News Talk presenter, Kieran Cuddihy, is taking over at Live Line. Nobody's seen that one coming. I wasn't overly familiar, basically I wasn't familiar with Kieran Cuddihy at all. But from now on, it's going to be Talk to Kieran in the afternoons. The Live Line programme, one of the most coveted in Irish radio. Lots of people had their eye on that particular gig, but the station management choose to go outside the station to fill the vacancy there. And some people say big shoes to fill, literally big shoes to fill. You see the size of Joe Duffy before he left? But anyway, Joe Duffy did that show for many years, and of course before that it was all started out by, it's worth noting, by Marion Finucane, who was an iconic and legendary broadcaster in this country. Very, very good at what she did. But there you go. Karen Cudahy is in at Liveline in the afternoons. Oliver Callahan moving to an extended 2-hour programme at 11 a.m. So a vote of confidence for our pal Oliver, who is, in my opinion, one of the best broadcasters in Ireland at this time. Great personality and just very fluid broadcaster, and funny as well, very funny as well, very spontaneous. So there you go, that's good news for Oliver. Or is it good news? An extra hour of work each day. But there you go, we wish him well, and lots of people will like that. And they're kind of changing the format there in the mornings, because today with David McCullough will begin at 9 a.m. That's the programme that Claire Byrne used to do between 11 to 1. It's a news and current affairs type programme, whereas Oliver's programme was more lighthearted, and it was charm and wit and all of that good stuff. But anyway, David McCullough is currently the one of the presenters of 6-1, the television news here in Ireland, and he's moving to the mornings 9 a.m. on RTE. Louise Duffy, the girl from, is it Ballina? Crossmalline, I should say, a Mayo girl. She moves to mid-afternoons now, and then Katie Hannon and Colin Mongon will take over at drive time from the earlier time of 4 p.m. So that's drive time being brought forward a little bit, and new presenters there. So Cormac O'Hara and Sarah McInerney currently front the drive time programme. They're not leaving the station, but station management haven't said exactly where they're going. I suspect they might be going to Morning Ireland, but they haven't said anything. So there you go. They did say there are a couple of new presenters joining Rachel English and what's the other guy's name? Oh no, Rachel English does the news at 1. She is staying put at the news at 1, doing a good job there. And what else can we tell you? Who's there in the morning? I forget who's there in the morning. It's Rachel. Well, oh yeah, starting each weekday at 7 a.m. Morning Ireland will continue to set the national agenda, and 2 new presenters will join Audrey Carville and Gavin Jennings, and they'll be announced in the coming weeks. And as I said there, I suspect it could be Cormac O'Hara and it could be Sarah McInerney, who have all the credentials to do a good job on Morning Ireland. As I said, they've been currently doing the drive time programme there in the afternoons. But yeah, a lot of people kind of feeling a little bit perturbed about Ray D'Arcy's departure there. He had people liked Ray, they liked his style, his laid back, easygoing style, and been with RTE for quite some time. Was on a salary of about 250 big ones. So no doubt Ray will re-emerge somewhere else in the Irish broadcasting landscape. But big changes there, and changes to the format and changes to the personalities on RTE Radio 1 weekdays here in Ireland. And as we say, it's all over our social media pages and everywhere you look today, on the radio as well. Lots of people talking about those big changes because, we listen to a lot of radio in this country. The radio is still very, 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 very popular. Right. Nobel Peace Prize announced today. I'm sure you've seen, I'm sure you've heard. Now, if you were a White House staffer and you were smart, is there any of those in the White House these days? But anyway, if you were a smart and ahead of the curve kind of thinker, you would have requested today off because he's not going to be the boss is not going to be a happy camper today. Oh no. The Donald, yes, the Donald. And adding insult to injury, they gave it to a Venezuelan. Oh. What? Opposition leader and democracy activist Maria Corina Machado, for her tireless work promoting democracy, promoting democratic rights, as to say, for the people of Venezuela, and for her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy. So basically the opposite to what the Donald's at over there in the great United States of America. And it's, Donald didn't get it. He'll be a little bit upset about that. It's no secret he wanted it. He wanted it bad. Most people think he wanted it primarily because Obama got it. Nobody really knows why Obama got it either, because he hadn't really done anything to earn it. But within a few months of taking office, he received the Nobel Peace Prize at the time because he was cool or whatever it was. But anyway, it's worth noting that despite the Donald settling all those wars and whatnot, Nobel experts noted his America First policies and said they run counter to the ideals of the Peace Prize. So there you go. Sure, it's a third-rate prize anyway. Who wants it? There you go. But commiserations to the Donald. It won't be a happy Friday in the White House. We hope it's a happy Friday for you, wherever you are. And welcome to the weekend, as we said. Studio at GIR.ie. We are Global Irish Radio. We are the Irish diaspora station, bringing Irish radio programs from all over the world. And that's exactly what we do. Especially at the weekends. Weekends are good on Global Irish Radio. First of all, because the Daily Crack's not on. And second of all, because we spread our tentacles to the four corners of the world. Yep. Tonight, of course, we have the Raggle Taggle with Finbar's Celtic Folk Show. Always great music, old rare recordings that you wouldn't find anywhere else. And then later on tonight, down to Sydney, Australia. So that's going to be through, I think, at a slightly different time tonight. We'll have to do the calculations, take out the calculator and find out exactly. I think it might be an hour earlier, maybe 10 o'clock, because down under they changed their clocks. Yes, they did. They moved. It's spring there, so they went forward. And of course, later this month, we'll be going back. So eventually, once the dust settles, I think for the winter season of the Down Under programmes, they come through Sydney. The Sydney programme at least comes through at 9 o'clock on a Friday night. So I think it's 10 o'clock tonight, but I'd have to double check that one for you. So there you go. And then over the course of the weekend, of course, we're the flagship Good Morning Ireland radio show with Mr. Tom Flannery comes to you live from Chicago tomorrow, 1 to 3 p.m. local time there, with all the latest news and the sports, all that nice stuff, as well as the local happenings from the Chicago Irish community. It's off to New York for the Ireland Calls radio show with Trassa Smith and Trassa Goodwin Smith and Tommy Smith, the famed ESPN football commentator, soccer commentator, and Toronto as well checks in with us. Great hour of Irish radio from the Toronto Irish community, and then back to Chicago for some other great programmes, the Hibernian Radio Hour, the Hoolies Hoolie, and a great traditional Irish music programme with Sharon Smith Iberly. So that's your Saturday here on Global Irish Radio, and other great programmes as well. On Sunday we check in with Boston. Of course, on Saturday we check in with Paul Sullivan, the maestro, bringing you great Irish music there since 1967. So lots of great Irish radio programmes from the Irish diaspora throughout the weekend on your Irish diaspora radio station, Global Irish Radio. It's a big weekend, kind of, in sport. Ireland take on Portugal in Lisbon on Saturday night, 7 o'clock on RTE2 if you want to catch the action live. Hopes are not too high, I have to tell you. I have to warn you, there are a lot of big name players, including Ronaldo, on the Portugal team. So, we will have to be near perfect, our manager said, if we are just to hold the line there. But there are expectations are a little bit higher for the game on Tuesday night. Ireland will host Armenia at Aviva Stadium on Tuesday night. We need to get 3 points, but as I say, there's not an awful lot of room for optimism. And the Irish boys, they've arrived in Lisbon in Portugal to sunny skies, and they're training and getting ready for that big game. So we have to temper expectations for Saturday night, but we're hopeful. Fingers crossed. Say a few prayers. We might get the 3 points on. Well, we'll see what happens. It'd be nice to beat Armenia. That's what we're reduced to these days. But anyway, there you go. That's what's happening in terms of soccer over the weekend. You have big games to look forward to on Saturday night. We hope it's something that you enjoy. But anyway, Katie Taylor is in the news again, and we talked about her at the start of the week, didn't we? And the fact that she is holidaying in Italy with her brand new husband. She married a Yank who's a real estate agent or a real estate developer. And Katie was sharing snaps of them in Italy having a nice romantic getaway, which we all agreed was a good idea because she deserved a break after the good year that she's had. She's back on her social media feed though today, and she's hinting at a major announcement as she teases her next career move. She hasn't fought since July, and there has been rampant speculation over her future. There was a high expectation, I think, that she might have retired after the trilogy win against Amanda Serrano. But as we say, she posted a video of her in the training and punching somebody, and the caption on the video reads, "Big things in the works," so stay tuned. What exactly are those big things? Well, we'll have to wait and see, but that's Katie Taylor teasing us on her. So everybody teases us these days on social media, don't they? It's the new thing. And that's Katie Taylor. Big announcement coming soon. She's back from her nice little trip to Italy, and she had a nice time there with her hubby, and that's nice to see. They got married earlier this year. There was a lot of speculation when she showed up for the publicity for one of those for the trilogy fight, sporting a wedding ring. So turns out she tied the knot earlier this year. So still more to come, it seems, from Katie Taylor. And she's 39 now, so it'll be interesting to see what the big announcement is. We shall wait with bated breath. Now, it's Friday night. Yes, it is, friends, and if you're not observing this new craze of sobriety and stuff like that, maybe a nice bottle of wine. And the Late Late Show, Patrick Keelty and the Late Late Show returns tonight at 9:35. We'll tell you. We're going to tease you. We'll tell you who's coming up on the Late Late Show later on in the programme. So there, hang around for that. Don't go away. We shall reveal, if you haven't already heard, who's joining Patrick on the couch. Patrick Keelty, that is. Last week, of course, was the big country music show. We missed it because we had no electricity, thanks to Storm Amy. But Patrick is back tonight, and some exciting guests for you to meet. More presidential debates coming up over the weekend. That is the latest on the Irish presidential election, which is now a two-horse race. There was a debate last night on drive time. Didn't really listen to it because I'm kind of tired of it already. The most exciting thing that happened in that race was the withdrawal of Jim Gavin. So it's kind of got dull and boring again. Broadcaster and former Fine Gael minister making waves this Friday by suggesting that his advice to Fine Gael and Heather Humphreys would be to launch a smear campaign, saying things like, do you want a Provo in the park? Is she a Russian acid? And kind of like, as I say, a smear campaign against Catherine Connolly, because Catherine Connolly seems to be out front. Heather is struggling to get traction, and what's his name? Ivan Yates says campaigning as anti-Heather won't work. She'll have to get dirty. She's been too nice. And that's the latest on that. And for her part, Catherine Connolly said Fine Gael are already running a smear campaign against her. So when they started out, it was all lovey-dovey, and they all talked about themselves and why they would be great for the Áras and why they should be the next president of Ireland. And slowly, it's going down the tube, and we're getting into gutter politics, getting dirty, and Ivan Yates not helping things. And some people saying that him weighing into the contest with his remarks and his suggestions of a smear campaign might actually hurt Heather Humphreys. So we'll have to see. So it's a two-horse race. There's a long way to go. A week is a long time in politics, and a lot can happen. We've seen a lot happened last week. Boy, did there. But anyway, and apparently Fine Gael or Fianna Fáil, they spent about 14 or 15,000 in the first week on social media advertising, Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. So that's money down the tube as well. But anyway, and Micheál Martin, of course, if you're coming late to the party, he went before his parliamentary party on Thursday night, or was it Wednesday night, and he faced a grilling from his parliamentary members over his handling, his role in the selection process that resulted in Jim Gavin being the party's nominee, who crashed and burned so awfully on live television, essentially, and by the end of the first week of campaigning, had enough and bailed. So it wasn't good for Micheál Martin and his leadership, and raised a lot of questions about his judgment and all that. But Micheál Martin got through the week, and everything is hunky-dory again now, and they'll have a review. The reviews are great. It kicks the can down the road. It takes the pressure off them at the time, and by the time the review comes out, everybody's forgotten about the storm in the teacup or the controversy or whatever it is. But anyway, that's the latest. Watch out over the weekend. As I said, there'll be more presidential debates and encounters and coverage for those who are so inclined on our national broadcast and on the other TV stations. Incidentally, the new guy that's taking over there at Liveline and as part of that new RTE shake-up, he hosted the first, you might be wondering where you heard his name or seen him before. He hosted the first presidential debate, which took place on TV3 on the Sunday night, the very first one of the season. So, and he was well complimented on his handling of that particular debate. And as I say, his name is Kieran Cudahy. He'll be taking over on Liveline in the very near future, but he comes from TV3 or Virgin or whichever one it is. I don't watch that station, to be honest, because I can't figure out how to get it on the telly. It's too complicated. But anyway, he hosted the first debate, and he performed well, shall we put it that way. And we've listened to him now every day on the radio. But there you go. That's Kieran Cudahy, and lots of presidential encounters over the weekend as well. Now, Leo Varadkar, our former Taoiseach, and the former leader of Fine Gael, we talk about him quite a bit. We've talked about him quite a bit on the programme this week because he's been in Ireland. He's been out and about on the publicity circuit promoting his new memoir, Speaking My Mind. Well, he's returned to Boston now and life in America, where he's starting a new job, we're being told. He posted a selfie of himself on campus announcing that he has become a senior fellow at the Carr Ryan Center for Human Rights at the Harvard Kennedy School, and previously in the spring of 2025 he held a different role there, so he's going back there. By all accounts, he seems happy there. He seems to love it, and as I say, I saw footage of him recently in Dublin. He's not recognised in Boston and in America. He is in London, incidentally. I was listening to him on one of his interviews where he's still very much recognised in London. There's a lot of Irish people there, but he can be anonymous. He's nobody in America because most people don't recognise him. So he seems happy there. And I've seen some footage of him walking down a street in Dublin. It was posted on social media, and boy, he was getting awful abuse. He was just walking down the street, and a lot of the lads there shouting abuse at him. And of course, he doesn't have security detail or anything like that anymore. He's a regular Joe, and it was rather interesting to see. But anyway, poor old Leo. He has none of those problems in Boston, and he's excited about returning there. And he was home, as I said, for a few weeks promoting the book, speaking my mind, doing the usual publicity circuit, and he'll fly back in. He'll be back home in Ireland, we can tell you, on October the 24th, in time for the presidential election. He's flying home to support his friend and pal and former cabinet minister Heather Humphreys. I was listening to him. He's taking the nighttime flight on the 23rd and gets in early in the morning, as those Aer Lingus flights usually do. Hopefully he'll make it in time to vote for Heather in the election, which takes place, I'm saying, in this country on October the 24th. So a bit of ground to be covered yet. It'll be interesting to see what happens in terms of the campaign and what more dirt will come out. It's one of the dirtiest. It's one of those elections where just it's in the gutter already, and so a lot of digging going on and news stories. And as I say, the latest Ivan Yates recommending a smear campaign, which Catherine Connolly says is already happening. But that is politics. Thin-skinned Jim Gavin. It was too much for him, and he bailed early on. So. The two remaining horses, who say lots of talking, and they're everywhere you look, but people are kind of getting tuned out. A lot of people feel that there's no candidate in the race that inspires them or lifts them up or represents them. So there is that spoil the vote campaign. Wouldn't it be interesting, or wouldn't it be fun if Jim Gavin actually won the contest? His name is still on the ballot, but it seems unlikely. GlobalIrishRadio.com. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to the weekend. We have lots coming your way in tunes as well. So if there's something you want to hear, by all means, do let us know. Studio at gir.ie. Let us know where you're listening. All of that nice stuff. Codaline, the very successful Irish band. I was looking at some of their tracks on Spotify earlier today, and some of them, they've had over 1 billion in downloads. But despite all of that success, it's the end of the line, or they've announced, they've come to the end of the line for Codaline. They've announced that they're about to split after over a decade of making music. They told the fans, though, it's not all bad news. They told the fans that they'll be heading into the studio one last time to make their 5th and final album. So they're not having a bust up or anything like that. I guess they're just calling time on Codaline. They've been together for 10 years. They've accomplished some big things. As I say, made some great music over the years, but they are calling time and heading into the studio. Unlike Ray's departure from RTE, it's a more amicable affair. They are known for their number one singles, Give Me a Minute and High Hopes. The Dublin rock band, consisting of members Steve Garrigan, Vincent Mark Prendergast and Jason Boland, posted a video to their Instagram page announcing the news yesterday, Thursday. And they captioned the video, "After over a decade, it's time to say goodbye. We love you all," adding the hashtags, #thank you, #Codaline last album, and #Codaline one last time. So there you go, Codaline, parting company after 10 years. For the first time, here is Codaline on The Daily Crack. With me, Sean G. Happy Friday, and goodbye and good luck to Codaline.
Tell me that you want me, and I'll be yours completely, for better or for worse. I know we'll have our disagreements, be fighting for no reason. I wouldn't change it for the world. 'Cause I knew the first day that I met you, I was never gonna let you slip away. And I still remember feeling nervous, trying to find the words to get you here today. You make my heart feel like it's summer when the rain is pouring down. to come. 'Cause our two hearts will make it easy, joining up the pieces, together making one.
To Sean G on Global Irish Radio.
Hello, all you Global Irish Radio listeners out there, wherever you may be. It's myself, Finbar, here in beautiful northern Colorado, inviting you along to the Raggle Taggle Celtic Folk Show, streaming here live every Monday and Friday evening at 10 p.m. Irish time, where you're guaranteed to hear some rare old recordings from the old country and beyond. And it's all here on globalirishradio.com, the home of the Raggle Taggle. Listen to the Raggle Taggle on Global Irish Radio.
Yes, indeed, friends. The Raggle Taggle returns tonight with Finbar. Not to be missed, 7 o'clock Irish time, old rare recordings. It's what he specialises in. The welcome mat's always at the door as you head there. So there you go. We're live, friends, here on Global Irish Radio this Friday. Daily Crack, you can catch us live weekdays at 3 or it repeats at night time, 9 o'clock tonight. Most nights, some nights there are variances on that, but you can catch it anytime at thedailycrack.com. And if you're looking, as we always tell you, for good podcasts or new podcasts to enjoy, and podcasts are where it's at these days. Everybody's listening to them. You can listen on your terms, when you want and where you want. And as we always say for Global Irish Radio, take us with you. But you can take your podcast with you anywhere you go, out and about for a walk or a run or whatever it is. And a great way to stay active and fit and healthy, and a great way to incentivize yourself to get out there into the great outdoors when you got companionship. But anyway, irishpodcast.com, a link that we created, or a site that we created, that is a gateway to all of the most listened to podcasts here in Ireland. We recommend you check it out. Some good ones on there, something for everybody. Self-help. Interesting that we would start with that one. But politics, news, sports, comedy, entertainment, the whole lot. It's everything and anything you can imagine. There's something for every set of ears out there. Irish podcast, and the top 10 countdown as well of all the most listened to podcasts here in Ireland. So you can listen to what the Irish listen to. Now, and of course, the latest episode of The Irish Ranter, a little one that we do in association with John Gurry, dropped earlier this week as well. That's available at theirishrancher.com or wherever you get your podcasts. So there. Now, it's Friday night. The Late Show is on tonight. Patrick Keeley looking forward to another night of great entertainment, as are we here across the island of Ireland. BAFTA-winning actress Miriam Margolyes will sit down with Patrick on the couch to reflect on her extraordinary career, from working alongside Hollywood icons like Leonardo DiCaprio and Arnold Schwarzenegger to sharing some of her most outrageous moments on and off screen. So there you go. Who else is on there? Damian Lewis. He's the award-winning actor known for Wolf Hall, Homeland, The Band of Brothers, and he makes his late show debut this week, so his fans no doubt will be excited about that and finding out all about what he's been up to. Irish rugby star Andrew Porter will also join the show to discuss his new book, Heart on My Sleeve, and he'll be opening up about losing his mother at a young age, his struggles with mental health, and we mentioned it's International World Mental Health Day today, so it's fairly topical and timely, isn't it? And why he decided to share his deeply personal story, and I think he was on the radio with Oliver this week, if I'm not mistaken, so he's got an interesting story to tell as well. He'll also look ahead to the 2025 Autumn Nations Series, the 2026 Six Nations Tournament as well. Pop legend Rick Astley, remember him? And it's not that long ago, I think, since he was on the Late Late Show. He certainly was on Irish television somewhere, because we've seen a lot of him lately, but he had retired, hadn't he? And he came back out of retirement, and he's back anyway, talking to Patrick Keelty tonight, and he'll be talking about his delight at surpassing 1 billion Spotify streams earlier this year. He was very popular in his day and remains very popular, so he'll be on there as well, and he'll be performing live in studio as well. So our fans of Rick Astley, never going to give you up, never going to let you down, we'll do exactly that tonight on the Late Late Show. Comedy favourite Emma Doran's back, and she'll be stopping by ahead of her new Irish tour to share, well, to promote her tour primarily, but also to share her trademark take on womanhood, pop culture, and the madness of modern life. Also, acclaimed Irish soprano Celine Byrne will discuss her journey from footing turf and playing camogie to performing with some of the world's greatest stars. What a great tale that is, to go from the bog to the world, performing with the world's greatest stars. That's Celine Byrne, the Irish soprano. So looking forward to all of that, and she'll be previewing her next big show at the Bord Gash Theatre as well. So an action-packed Late Late Show tonight for you, hosted by Patrick Keelty, coming to you live from Ireland, 9:35pm, and of course you can watch it if you miss it on the player. We were talking earlier this week about the House of Guinness, and the fact Shane McGowan's widow Victoria Clark was giving out stink about the accents on the she's not the only one, in fact. Lots of people criticising the Irish accents employed in the House of Guinness. Nobody got it right, but anyway, there you go. It's the newest streaming sensation on Netflix. Lots of people are talking about it. The period drama about the famous Guinness family. Yes, those Guinnesses, the creators of the black stuff, and descendants of the Guinness family coming out criticising the inaccuracy of the depiction of their family and stuff like that. And but as we were saying, sure, if they told it as it was, it would be boring and dull and nobody watched it. They have to use a bit of creative license, and they certainly did that. They spiced it up. The things they said about Arthur Guinness, wow, we couldn't even tell you on the radio. But anyway, there you go. That's the House of Guinness, which is currently streaming on Netflix, and a lot of people are talking about it. Some people love it, some people don't like it at all. A lot of people don't like the accents, but either way, it's worth checking it out. Good story to tell. As I say, it's a period drama, and we can relate to it a little bit here in this country, given who the family are, the famous Guinness family. Now, speaking of that, we have music from the soundtrack, brand new music that's just been released, and this is Ryan Patrick, and it's called The House of Guinness.
Dublin City, where the dark streams flow, the family built an empire out of barley, hops and woe. From the cobblestones to castles, secrets line the glass. Every pint that's poured remembers shadows from the past. Hey, hey, this is the House of Guinness, where the walls can never speak. Every deal is made in whispers, every future feels so bleak. Raise a glass of power to the ones who paid the price. In the House of Guinness, loyalty's a roll of dice. Heirs with heavy burdens, bloodline soaked in pride. Dreams of fame and fortune, but the truth they cannot hide. Betrayal tastes like bitterness, ambition like the stout. And once you're in the family, there's no way to walk out. This is the House of Guinness, where the walls can never speak. Every deal is made in whispers. whispers, every future feels so bleak. Raise a glass to power to the ones who paid the price. In the house of Guinness, loyalty's a roll of dice. The harp still plays at midnight, the contracts inked in black. Every dynasty's a barrel that one day might crack. Pour another silence, toast the lies we keep. In the house of Guinness, promises run deep. This is the house of Guinness, built on shadows, built on stone. Every king will face his pint glass, but he'll drink it all alone. Raise a glass to power to the ones who paid the price. In the house of Guinness, truth is buried in the pie. Oh. Slant you to the empire, slant you to the pain. The house of Guinness stands in sunshine and in rain.
Irish Radio is excited to partner with 950 WROL AM, the Spirit of Boston, to bring you portions of the Irish Hit Parade, providing the soundtrack to your weekend. Join Paul Sullivan on Saturdays 3 to 7 p.m. Irish time and famous Seamus Mulligan on Sundays 7 to 10 p.m. for a feast of Irish music. Streaming live from Boston right here on globalirishradio.com.
Yes, indeed, friends, right here. It's the best thing about the weekends. Irish music from Boston. And Paul Sullivan will be with you tomorrow from 3 to 7 Irish time. And they're still looking for a replacement for famous Seamus Mulligan on the Sunday evenings for the Feast of Irish Music. So the search continues. Big shoes to fill there. Famous Seamus, irreplaceable if you ask me. But there you go. Great Irish music from Boston, courtesy of Irish 950 WROL AM, the Spirit of Boston. We hope you're well, friends. It's Friday, and that's reason enough to be, to be happy. So happy Friday. Studio at GIR.ie. We get emails from time to time, and we have a sports update from our good pal out in Philadelphia. The Chicago Cubs beat, if you're into baseball now, this is especially for you. Chicago Cubs beat the Brewers last night 6-0, tying the series 2-2. They play the rubber match tomorrow night. And it was not a good night for Philadelphia. The Phillies lost 3-1. They are now out of the playoffs. And the Eagles lost the Giants 34-17. And Mary Ellen's prediction is if the Cubbies beat the Brewers tomorrow night and thus win the series, they're going to take it all. Well, we hope they do. It's not biased at all there with our Chicago Cubbies. They had to deal with that curse for over 100 years. And they got the better of the curse, which is a source of inspiration for us folks here in Mayo, who have our own curse to contend with regards to Gaelic football and all the rest of it. But yeah, the baseball, it's a, what do they call it, the postseason in the baseball, the playoffs or whatever it is, and we have a soft spot for our Chicago Cubs. In fact, recently getting on the bus, I had my Chicago Cubs hat on and my New York Yankees sweatshirt, and there was two Yanks, two old ones at the top of the bus, and they were a little bit... I said, don't worry, I'm a confused person. But anyway, there you go. That's the Chicago Cubs. They're still in it. So thanks for the update there, Marielle, and commiserations on Philly being knocked out. Right. what else have we got for you? It's time for us to take a look at the top trending series news stories of the day. As we say, the big story that's been getting a lot of attention, we've touched on it already and we've talked about it, the fact that there's been a big shake-up at the national broadcaster, RTE, making big changes to their daytime schedule, and the two big surprises there: Kieran Cuddihy being brought in from outside RTE. Lots of people were auditioning for that, and lots of people have been filling in for weeks now as they were trying to, narrow it down to who the pick would be. And then out of left field came the announcement that Kieran Cuddihy, who just abruptly finished his last show with News Talk last night, and then it was announced today, and I think he's actually going to be on the Late Late Show. I told you there who's on the Late Late Show, but they've added him in now. He's going to be on the Late Late Show tonight as well, I think, talking to Patrick Keelty about his new job, the most coveted in Irish radio, Live Line. Not sure why everybody wants the job so bad, because you're listening to people complaining and whining all. One of the boys from Lyric FM said he didn't want to go anywhere near it. He couldn't deal with that, Listening to them on the radio as it is bad enough, but having to listen to them in person and deal with the problems. But there you go. It's not for everybody. It is for some people. It's for Kieran Cuddihy. We wish him well. And the new voice of Live Line. Get used to talking to Kieran. But he'll be on the Late Late Show tonight. That's what I was getting at. But all of those changes and the fact that Ray D'Arcy is out is the big talking point across the nation this Friday. Other stories getting a little bit of traction. Fine Gael presidential candidate Heather Humphreys has dismissed suggestions that her party is involved in a smear campaign against independent candidate Catherine Connolly. One gets the sense that Ivan Yates' attempt at helping her campaign might have hurt her, but there you go. Much like P. Flynn did with Mary Robinson some years back in her presidential campaign. Many people credit P. Flynn with her winning the contest after his chauvinistic comments and stuff like that. But there you go. That was a different time. Now, Miss Connolly said that she was absolutely shocked when she heard Ivan Yates in his podcast say Fine Gael and the Heather Humphreys team should embark in a smear campaign against her. So there you go. That's the latest headline from the Irish presidential election, and turns out, according to Heather Humphreys, and against the advice of Ivan Yates, a smear campaign is not going on within the party. A 35-year-old man has admitted murdering his daughter and attempting to murder her mother at their home in Wexford last year. Mohammed Al-Shaker Al-Tamimi. Now, he doesn't sound like a Wexford lad, but anyway, with an address of Lower William Street, New Ross, County Wexford, pleaded guilty today to the murder of 8-year-old his daughter, basically, and the attempted murder of her mother, whose name goes on forever, on Sunday the 1st December 2024. So that all, he had his day in court today and admitted to the murder. Now, a happier story. How did that one get in there? We're looking for a happy story. It's Friday. Another story that's topical, that's trending. A 56-year-old man has been sentenced to life in prison for murdering a woman by setting fire to her home almost 3 years ago. And I always say it. What is going on with us in this country? What's happening to us? Our values. The amount of violence towards women in this country. Every single day we see the stories. We see it in our papers, we see it on the telly, we see it in the courtroom. So there you go, that's another story of a horrible, horrible story. George Turner from Fairway Avenue in Dublin pleaded guilty to murder earlier this week. And finally, here's a more inspirational type story. The Edge, U2 guitarist The Edge is getting a bit of publicity today. He is trending, as they might say. U2 guitarist David Howell Evans, known as The Edge, has been announced as the co-founder of a new soil regeneration company called Oath, which uses artificial intelligence to find innovative methods to address the growing global problem of soil degradation. So there you go. That's The Edge, venturing into fields, excuse the pun, outside of the music world, to find innovative methods to address the growing problem of soil degradation. Those, friends, are some of the top trending serious news stories here in Ireland this Friday. You're listening to the Irish Daily Crack. Here's Ronnie Drew.
No more I'll stroll along the Boreen, or see the scarlet poppies flame amid the cordon green. No more beneath the hedge I'll watch the butterflies at play, for my heart is filled with woe since Maggie went away. The sweet wild rose that loved to see us there, and seemed to bid us hope, now droops and tells me to despair. The linnet sings his song unheard, perched on a leafy spray. Oh, my heart is filled with woe since Maggie went away. The gentle flowers, their happy charm is fled, and now they seem like blossoms strewn above the silent dead. They're symbols now of sorrow deep and life's swift sure decay. Oh, my heart is filled with woe since Maggie went away. The heartless sun with splendour gilds the skies, and mocks with smiling beams a heart that now can only sigh. Shine on, bright sun, shine on, while I could curse thy proud display. Oh, my heart is filled with woe since Maggie went away. Then welcome grief, man's warm, true-hearted friend. For though all things be false, thou still are faithful to the end. And now I'll walk alone with thee till life turns into clay. For my heart is filled with woe since Maggie went away. Since Maggie went away.
Good deeds are great things, and a single good deed can grow into a forest of kindness. At treedeeds.com, you can dedicate a tree in someone's honour and make a lasting impact on the planet. Each tree is deeded and comes with a personalised certificate, perfect for birthdays, holidays, memorials, or just because. Celebrate life, give back to nature, and leave a legacy that grows. Visit treedeeds.com today. That's treedeeds.com. Rooted in Ireland, gifted worldwide. And you're very welcome back. It's the Daily Crack with Sean G here on Global Irish Radio for a Friday. Check us out at thedailycrack.com. And this will be a podcast. We'll drop it as a podcast later on. If you missed the show live any day, it's usually on there in the afternoon, or it goes out on repeat later on tonight on Global Irish Radio. Check us out online at globalirishradio.com or gir.ie. Spread the good news. We are the Irish Diaspora Station, and programs from all around the world. Now, looking at some of the other trending stories, Donald is trending on everywhere you look today because of the fact that he didn't get the Peace Prize and the Nobel Prize, that is, and the Irish Star. What are they saying? They say they're holding him. Oh, yeah. The Donald Trump, they're telling us apparently that he's to undergo a medical exam at the Walter Reed after growing concerns. He says it's his annual examination or his annual physical. Irish Star says they're holding him together with sticky tape and lies at this point. But there you go. That's the Irish Star in the US. The US version of the Star. Not to be confused with the Daily Star here in this country. And so he's going for his annual examination at the Walter Reed Centre, the healthiest president ever. And we hope they start with his head. Anyway, there you go. And they said he's as I flagged at the outset of the program. They said he's going to be tough to be around today. But there you go. That's you have good days and you have bad days, and you can't win them all. So there you go. Now, what else we got? We do get emails. We said we got another with reference to the Nobel Prize. A lot of people. This Fergus tells us that a lot of people say that this is the winner, the one, the opposition leader in Venezuela. I forget her name there now. I had it at the top of the hour. Who was recognised and got the Nobel Prize that the Donald Sabally won. Fergus says, a lot of people say that she fought to save democracy for over 20 years, whereas the Orange lad is trying to get rid of it. And he lightly will understand completely, be very understanding about the whole thing, and not increase tariffs on the Nobel Prize Committee country, Norway. A little tongue-in-cheek there. So there you go. I said lots of people are talking about it. It's trending and all of the rest of it. And today was the big day. Didn't go the Donald's way, but as I say, that's the way the cookie crumbles. More great new music for you in the programme today because Daniel O'Donnell, gosh, he's released more music since he told us he was retiring than before. But he's got more More new music launched today on Spotify, and we thought we'd share it with you. Daniel O'Donnell, who is pulling back from touring and kind of semi-retiring, not disappearing altogether. He's just cutting back, and he's on his kind of last big farewell tour of Ireland. But here he is with his latest release, As Happy As We Were. Daniel O'Donnell.
Stood outside the church door as the young bride and groom made their way, walking out into the sunlight, starting along life's highway. He went over and kissed her and told her, may your lives be happy and long, and may you get all the riches and joys you deserve as the times and the years they move on. Then the old man walked into the churchyard and stopped by an old chestnut tree. There sleeps the woman he trusted and loved, and these are the words he did say. Let them be as happy as we were, and I know you're as proud as can be. For when he took her hand at the altar, through her eyes I saw you and me. From the day she was born, you had taught her the difference between right and wrong, to enjoy and respect the treasures of life, and always be proud and strong. Well, today she looked like an angel, with her two eyes of pale misty blue, in her white satin dress and beautiful smile. Oh, how she reminds me of you. Let them be as happy as we were, and I know you're as proud as can be. For when he took her hand at the altar, through her eyes I saw you and me. Let them be as happy as we were, and I know you're as proud as can be. For when he took her hand at the altar, through her eyes I saw you and me. Yes, when he took her hand at the altar, through her eyes I saw you and me.
Yes, indeed, friends. Brand new music from D.O.D. Daniel O'Donnell. Oopsie doopsie day. That's enough from that. There you go. Daniel O'Donnell brings ever close to the finishing line this Friday on the Irish Daily Crack here on Global Irish Radio. Sounds like we're on crack, doesn't it? But anyway, there you go. Thank you for your company since about 3 this afternoon. We do hope you have a lovely weekend. We wish our boys in green every good wish as they go to the slaughterhouse in Lisbon up against Portugal. We hope they do everything perfect as their manager needs. Our expectations a little bit higher though for the encounter on Tuesday with Armenia. We'll see what happens, but in the meantime, whatever you're doing this weekend, we wish you well. Join us back here Monday. We shall do it all over again, keeping you up to date, keeping you informed, keeping you in touch with the homeland, Mother Ireland. And if you're looking to attend church in your local church from afar, we've made it easy for you because we put a nice link there on our homepage, churchtv.ie, which is a link to church services here in churches across Ireland. So you go in there and you just do a search for your local church and you can attend Mass virtually, maintain that connection with home and your local parish. So we think it's a nice little feature. We hope you like it too. GlobalIrishRadio.com or GIR.ie. Stay tuned for great music throughout the afternoon. We have the 2 hours, the complete broadcast of the Crack Radio Show from Philadelphia coming away at 5 tonight. Raggle Taggle at 7 with Finbar, and then Tom back live with Tom's Irish Radio Show tonight. Tom at GIR.ie. Another chance to hear this programme later on tonight as well, or anytime at thedailycrack.com, and the Ireland Calling radio show from Sydney, Australia. That comes your way, I think, at 10 tonight. Check out our complete schedule at globalirishradio.com. Check us out on social media. We're on as many as 25 digital platforms. We're on Alexa, and we're on the Global Irish Radio app. So take us with ya. That's a lot for today, friends, except one last piece of important business to take care of. And that would be the quote of the day. It comes from a guy called Franz Kafka. Franz Kafka. Or even Franz Kafka. We're definitely on crack. Franz Kafka. That's his name. I can't say that I've come across him before, but here is the quote that we will share with you. God gives the nuts, but he does not crack them. How's about that? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Franz Kafka said it. God gives the nuts, he does not crack them. Make one of that what you will. He certainly gave us plenty nuts, that's for sure. But remember, he did not crack them. That's a lot for today, friends. Thank you so much for your company since 3 this afternoon. Thanks to Margaret, as always, helping out in the background, keeping us on the straight and the narrow. We'll see you back here Monday. Have a great weekend. This is the Wolf Tones. Goodbye to all our friends.
Come and gone with the twinkling of an eye. I saw so many sunsets, many dreams have passed me by. Life's just a roller coaster, it has many twists and turns, with success and many failures, as the world went round and round. Oh, you've got to keep on fighting, for persistence brings success. Just make those magic moments and strive to be the best. So goodbye to all my friends. Every story has an end, but it breaks my heart to say a last goodbye to everyone. But the story still lives on in the music and the song. But it breaks my heart to say a last goodbye. I cherish all the friends I met around its phantom world. In illusionary cities, I recall those friends of mine. Life's just a roller coaster, it has many ups and downs. I hope we brought some love and joy to the peoples of this world. But you got to keep on singing, just let the people sing. And make those magic moments and sing it loud and clear. So goodbye to all my friends. Every story has an end, but it breaks my heart to say a last goodbye to everyone. But the story still lives on in the music and the song. But it breaks my heart to say a last goodbye. Until we meet again. So goodbye.
around the clock and around the